We are live. Let's go flip this onto the box score. Probably will be another one of the updated every half inning because it's on Apple TV, and my Apple TV is always very delayed for me. But Orioles Rays for the second week in a row. Orioles took 3 of 4 against Tampa Bay last week. Nearly swept them. Probably should have swept them. Lost a rough one on Monday. Audio's working. Chat is working. We are all good. Trevor Rogers taking the mound in the Orioles City Connect uniforms. The lefty for Baltimore wearing number 28. Yandy Diaz, Ryan Vilade, Johnny DeLuca, the leadoff hitters for Tampa Bay tonight, or top 3, I should say. Make sure I got my numbers up. I like seeing the number go up. They're saying since July 19th, no team has more quality starts than the Orioles. Interestingly enough, their starting pitching has certainly gotten a lot better. I think it's just, so that's post All-Star break. The Orioles starting pitching has been very good. Bullpen, not so much. Same with the offense. The offense has definitely struggled. Really, really struggled against the Yankees. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. See if the bats can light up, though for now it is the pitching. Rogers on the first pitch to Diaz is going to be popped foul. Fastball there. And as with all Apple TV broadcasts, they do not tell me what pitch is being thrown, so I'm going to have to do some guesswork. Rogers throws 5 pitches, 4-seamer, changeup, sweeper, sinker, and cutter. That 4-seamer has been the most used pitch this season. There's another one called strike 2. May have been a little inside, but way too early for a challenge. Might have clipped the zone. So quick 0-2 advantage for Trevor Rogers on the very talented hitter, Yandy Diaz. Next pitch is going to be knocked foul. Another 4-seamer. Diaz hitting .308 batting average on the season. Very, very productive season for Yandy Diaz. Didn't have the best series against the Orioles, though. Really no one in Tampa Bay did last time around. See if hopefully he doesn't hear. We'll pop this one up on, looked like a changeup there behind home plate. Actually, that might have been a sweeper there that was popped up, not a changeup. 80 miles per hour, so a little slower than, definitely a little slower than the usual changeup, so that was more of a sweeper there. That one is inside on the 4-seamer, 1 and 2. First ball thrown by Trevor Rogers. 5 pitches now at the moment at this at-bat. A couple foul balls. That was, Yandiaz was, had a decent one. Had it in all of them. Oh, that's not good. Foul ball that bounced off the ground, then ricocheted back into Yandy Diaz's face. That's got a sting right there. Hopefully he's okay. The backspin just took it right back into him, which is not good. Another sweeper there. Clips it with the end of the bat. Actually hits off of home plate, then comes back and hits him in the cheek from the looks of it. So, chin, cheek, better than the eye, that's for sure. It's still not good at all, but yeah. It's pointing to his cheek, kind of where the eye black is. So, definitely going to hurt soon, but he's standing back in the batter's box, so Diaz is okay enough to keep playing. The 1-2 again is going to be grounded, soft grounded to third, fielded there by the third baseman. Don't know if that's Kobe or CES, but it is an out, no, nonetheless. That is Kobe Mayo fielding at third base tonight, making a good play there. His defense has gotten better over the season, though we haven't seen him too much at third base as of late, given the rise of Christian Encarnacion Strand. Actually seen him a good bit at first base over the past week with Pete Alonso kind of sort of rehabbing a hamstring cramp that that happened over in Tampa Bay. Didn't keep him out of the lineup. He just DH'd for most of the time. Ryan Vilade takes first pitch fastball inside. But with Victor Mesa Jr. going on the IL a couple days ago, Vilade's probably going to see a bit more time in the starting lineup. outfielder Ryan Vilade. Mesa Jr. also an outfielder. Both of them play right field. Vilade will ground this one over to Kobe Mayo. Fields it, throws it, and out number 2. So a pair of groundouts to third to start out the night for Trevor Rogers. That one a bit easier for Kobe Mayo than the first one. But 2 good plays right there by the young Orioles third baseman, who's had a pretty good month of August from what I've seen. Continues to absolutely demolish lefties. We'll not see a lefty tonight to start. Freddie Peralta, righty. First pitch popped up by Johnny DeLuca in play. Shallow right center field. Jackson Holliday ranging out from second base. Makes the catch. So good 1-2-3 inning there for Trevor Rogers. Decently long first at bat, but a couple quick outs on batters 2 and 3 makes it a perfect first. Kobe Mayo. Let's see. I'm looking at his stats. Game line. I mean, he's hitting 260 in August, 862 OPS. Already has 3 home runs, 7 RBIs, 3 walks, though 15 strikeouts. Not exactly great there. Is a guy that certainly strikes out a lot. Well, the entire team does tend to strike out a lot, but he's almost matched his strikeout total from July in August already. Geez, struck out 31 times in June. That's rough. But yeah, he's got, hit an absolute bombshell on Monday against the Rays. 468 in the game that the Orioles would end up losing. Though that was more due to the bullpen collapsing there than the offense. Kobe Mayo's not batting till 7th tonight, so be nice if we see him in the first inning. That would be pretty cool, but probably will not see him till the 2nd or 3rd inning. Jackson Holliday, Pete Alonso, Gunnar Henderson, the batters to lead off for the Orioles tonight. Orioles looking for some more offense, since offense was very hard to come by. They had, especially runners in scoring position, hits with runners in scoring position, I have to say, really bad during that series against New York. Let's go find that Jets, whoever they're playing, preseason game. I know NFL preseason is going on tonight. Where is it? Is it on NFL Network, I assume? No, Little League World Series is going on right now. I can just look it up on ESPN. ESPN has the... it'll tell me where it's at. Lefty, righty, lefty, righty, lefty, lefty, righty, lefty, switch hitter. So more lefties than righties in this lineup for Baltimore, though kind of alternating to start out. Jackson Holliday, who's not had the best month of August so far, will line the first pitch, though, over into left center field. That is through the gap for a base hit. Cut off by left fielder Chandler Simpson. Holliday, is he ranging to second? Yes, he is, and he will be in there, safe, sliding feet first for a first pitch double for Jackson Holliday off of Freddie Peralta. Just smacked that one right back up into left center. Was cut off pretty well by Chandler Simpson, though the throw didn't have a ton of power under it because of his momentum. But Holliday was thinking 2 the entire time and goes feet first into second base. Immediate runner in scoring position for the Orioles, which again was their huge struggle last 3 days against the Yankees. Though it's a new team, they played the Rays well. Last time around, Alonso lines it right back up the middle. That is a base hit. So 2 pitches, 1 run for the Orioles. So double and a single off of Freddie Peralta opens up the scoring here. Orioles' offense approach is aggressive. I haven't even been able to read off what pitches Freddie Peralta throws. Probably start throwing some different ones because both of them have just been smacked right back up the middle. That was a fastball right in the middle of the zone. Can't do that against Pete Alonso at all. He will just destroy that. Peralta should know that all too well. He was a former teammate of Pete Alonso's. Gunnar Henderson on the first pitch. A little late on that changeup, I assume? Yeah, changeup. So 4-seamer, changeup, curveball, sweeper, and slider for Peralta. I believe it's been all fastballs so far. 2 of them, well, all 3 have had contact made. 2 of them have been put in play, 1 foul. Next pitch to Henderson, that is a changeup outside. Actually, I was just saying that first pitch to Henderson was also changeup. But yeah, 1-1 now. They're highlighting his batting average and OPS, the lowest of his career so far, 221 batting average, 704 OPS. It's been better last month and a half. That is a fastball right at the bottom corner of the zone, but just kind of, I mean, it clipped the zone, but it was called ball 2. It was right at the edge. But last 9 games for Gunnar Henderson, 353 batting average, 4 RBIs, what the Apple TV stat just says. That is a changeup well outside ball 3. Peralta not trying to challenge Henderson inside whatsoever. Favorable count here for the Orioles. Lefty will take ball 4 on a fastball below the zone. So all 3 batters have reached so far in the inning for the Orioles. 2 on, nobody out now for cleanup hitter in Tyler O'Neill, who's had a good kind of back half of July. August hasn't been quite as good. T.O. hitting 220 on the season, 700 OPS on the dot, 70 strikeouts, 27 walks, 10 home runs, 23 RBIs, no triples, 8 doubles, 49 total hits. Looks like there was a slight meeting on the mound as well. So as a quick first inning here has gotten out of hand a little bit for Freddie Peralta, who the Rays traded for back at the trade deadline, acquired him from the New York Mets, but is in a quick hole here. 2 on, nobody out, already 1 run in. Tyler O'Neill batting from the right. Take inside on the 4-seamer, ball 1. Not too far inside, but inside enough. 8 of his 10 home runs for Tyler O'Neill have been since July 1st, what they're showing. So it's definitely been, it was a really cold start. It's been better as of late. Takes fastball all the way in the middle of the zone, strike 1. But a guy who has a ton of power, absolutely massive arms, but struggled to stay healthy while in Baltimore. Former longtime St. Louis Cardinal, brief tenure with the Boston Red Sox, fouls that fastball away. 1 and 2. He's hitting 272 batting average, or 273 batting average, 862 OPS in August. Actually, August has been pretty nice. Had over 1,000 OPS in the month of July. So swings and misses there, though, on changeup for strikeout, out number 1. So Peralta rebounds after the first 3 batters there, though he's not out of this yet. Samuel Basayo, who's in his third or fourth game back from the IL, one of the 2. Take first pitch slider there, I think, from Peralta, but yeah, activated back on Wednesday. So just 3rd game back, missed basically a month with shoulder issues. He's back here though. Next pitch, we'll kind of ground this one. This is tailor-made double play ball. Feed over second is in time. First in time as well. So the Orioles completely squander an opportunity. That's been the Orioles offense from the last couple days. Basayo grounds into a double play. They do get 1, but leave 2 on, nobody out. Strikeout and a double play ends the inning. So Orioles definitely leave an opportunity there. Do get the first run over, but definitely could have gotten a lot more. So it'll be Junior Caminero, Chandler Simpson, and Jorge Mateo in his return to Baltimore since last year, I think. I'm pretty sure he played with the Orioles at points last year, but was on the Braves. Don't think did he play on the Braves when they were in Camden? That's actually a good question. Now that I think about it. He might have played when he was on the Braves in Camden Yards. I'm not 100% sure. But it's first time back in Camden Yards as a Tampa Bay Ray. That's for sure. Did play against the Orioles last week. Was his first series as a Tampa Bay Ray. Was last week against the Orioles. Had a couple good plays. Let's see. Okay, no, he did play in Camden. Couple games. Did not have a hit. Did score a run in the eventual that 11th inning win for the Braves back on July 26th. Okay, so he's not Not his first return, but yeah. Mateo will be batting against Trevor Rogers here. Getting a promo for Ted Lasso Season 4. Still need to see Season 3 of that show. I like the first two, but I have no idea how Season 4 is or not. Hello, Kevin. How we doing? Orioles have got the first run in, but should have had more. But Pete Alonso with an RBI in the game already. Jackson Holliday with a double. Then walk for Gunner, strikeout of Tio, GIDP for Basayo was the bottom of the first inning. Trevor Rogers pitched a perfect top of the first. Trisha Whitaker, reporter for Apple TV, talking about Chandler Simpson, who's second to bat in this top of the second for Tampa Bay. Leads all of baseball in infield hits, bunt hits, fourth in multi-hit games. Home to first base time, 3.97 seconds, I assume. Also first. Yeah. Orioles have stunk. I agree. Just a downright pathetic series against the Yankees. See if they can bounce back against the Rays here. Strike one from Trevor Rogers. Looked like that was a fastball, but they're not even telling me how fast the pitch was there. Might have been something a little off speed, but strike one, bottom right corner nonetheless. Good pitch from Rogers to get ahead of Caminero. That one is outside, though. That one looked more like a changeup. 1-1. But the ever-dangerous junior Caminero, batting .274 with an .896 OPS. 104 strikeouts, 66 walks, 35 home runs. That is a strike at the top of the zone with a four-seamer. Nice fastball there to get ahead. 1 triple for junior, 19 doubles. 133 total hits. But down 1-2 in the count at the moment. Rogers looking for his first strikeout. We'll instead have this line just fair right down the third base line by Caminero. This is going to be an easy double for him. So leadoff double in back-to-back half innings. Yeah, it's a mystery to us all, Kevin. I don't know why their Orioles are allergic to getting back to 500. I mean, Yankees are a good team, but it's frustrating. That was a curveball that Caminero just dug down and got it. Really great piece of hitting. Not much you can do there because it's a good pitch, but Caminero's just a really good batter, unfortunately. Chandler Simpson squares to bunt. He will bunt this down the third base line and will trickle foul for strike one. No surprise that Simpson is squaring to bunt. I guess this Kovameo is going to probably draw in halfway into the infield at this rate. But also that does kind of leave that third base spot open. So hopefully Trevor Rogers can make another good pitch. So adding 309 to Chandler Simpson, second in all of the American League. I'm not sure who's first. Might be Jordan. Probably Jordan, actually. I think it is. He's batting like 314. This is just ridiculous. But Chandler Simpson, 309 batting average, only a 700 OPS, 26 RBIs, no home runs, 6 triples, 13 doubles. Takes a slider low. Or sweeper, actually. Rogers does not have a slider. But one of those breaking balls right there. The one major breaking ball that Trevor Rogers has. The 1-1 is going to be grounded over through the right side for a base hit. That will bring in the first run. Throw home is cut off by Pete Alonso, so that ties the game. Chandler Simpson with an RBI single there. Quickly erases the lead. Still nobody out here in the top of the second. That's looked like that might have been a four-seamer or a cutter that just hangs up a bit too much and grounded. Pete Alonso was drawn way in, was looking for the bunt. Would not have had a chance even if he was back in his normal spot. Just hit to the correct location by Chandler Simpson, which is what he usually does. Brings up former Oriole Jorge Mateo. Hitting 239. He squares to bunt. That is a pitch a little low. Might have clipped the zone, called a ball. Yeah, I mean, Alonso actually had a good chance at, like, was really close to getting it from his drawn in position. It was just a little bit under the glove. Would have been a really tough play. And Mateo swings and fouls this one back on the fastball, 1-1. So a much less efficient second inning here for Trevor Rogers after a perfect first. Has given up the game tying run. So Mateo signed a week ago, or a week and 8 days ago, I should say, with the Rays after being DFA'd by the Atlanta Braves, facing his former team now for the third series. He's got a very colorful bat as well. Don't know exactly what the deal is there, but takes a strike all the way on fastball 1-2. Rogers still looking for that first strikeout. No, it's MLB Players Weekend, that's why. So Mateo's got a pink and yellow bat. This one is fouled off on the four-seamer. Still 1-2. But mi hermano, that's kind of what Mateo's nickname was back in the day. Hopefully he does not play well here. Like Jorge, but need him to not play well. Need the Orioles to stack a couple wins again, try and get back into contention. They're still only 2 games out of that last wildcard spot because the American League is a shit show. But it's not exactly great. Chandler Simpson is scoring to steal, and Mateo fouls that one away. Probably should have held up a swing there. Simpson has to go back to first. So 16 stolen bases in last 17 attempts. 11 caught stealing in his previous 30 for Chandler Simpson, according to the Apple TV graphic. So he's been much more efficient as of late. This time, no stolen base attempt. This one is grounded to Kobe Mayo. He double clutches, gets it over to second for only 1. Probably would not have gotten over to first, barring a completely perfect transfer. So maybe could have gotten 2. Would have been a little close, but you get the leadoff runner. Mateo replaces Simpson at first. Bat goes in half as well. Just gets sheared off right off the knob of the bat there, or the end of the bat, I should say. But Mayo fields it, double clutches slightly, but easily able to get Simpson out at second. Slide is nowhere near the bag. But yeah. So an unproductive out there from Jorge Mateo brings up catcher for Tampa, who I genuinely have no idea who this is. One moment, Kevin. I'll get to your comment in a sec. But who is this? Kenneth Piper in his second game. It's taken strike 1. Now Mateo's going to steal. He's going to be in there. Mateo, always a speedy guy, steals second. 1-1 the count against Piper, who is a walk, a hit, and a run scored in 4 at-bats in his 1 game last time around. Mateo beats the tag by about a half second. Yeah. So Kenny Piper swings and misses there on the fastball 1-2. Called up back on Wednesday. Yeah. A's coming up. Colorado coming up. Yep, that is for sure. Also, St. Louis, who's been in a bit of a funk. So, schedule's starting to get a little easier as Piper knocks one pretty deep into left center field. That is drifting back. That is gone. Kenny Piper, in just his second game in the majors, hits a 2-run blast out of the 7-hole. And Rays have tagged Rogers for 3 runs here in the top of the second. 410, 102.5 off the bat into the bullpen. And the good start by the Orioles has been squandered completely. That blown opportunity in the first really lingers now, down 2 runs. And the Orioles starting pitching continues to disappoint in the last 2 days. Not what you need when your offense is struggling. First pitch to Liam Hicks is a little outside on the off-speed pitch there. 83? What pitch would that be? Cutter there. That's what it was. But a very poor second inning here from Trevor Rogers. No swing, 2-0 now. Someone in the Braves bullpen has the home run ball, so they're saving it. It was probably, I think it got into the Orioles dugout, but they tossed it up because it's first career home run. Or I assume it's first career home run. That is fastball outside, 3-0 now on Liam Hicks. Bagging the 8th hole, not really sure why, but Piper just knocks that one. Great bit of hitting there. Unfortunately. Yeah, it's tossed up to the Rays bullpen so they can save it. There's a fastball in there, strike one. So 31 pitches now for Trevor Rogers, already given up 3 runs, all earned. That's why he's batting 8, because he only has a 528 OPS against lefties. Lefty-lefty matchup here for Hicks. Takes fastball, strike 2. So full count now. But a very poor second inning here for Trevor Rogers. Not his usual MO. This one is swung on a miss, strike 3 from Liam Hicks. It's like that. This is a fastball kind of down and in, right by the knees. Hicks swings anyway, so after throwing 3 straight balls, throws 3 straight strikes to get his first strikeout. We'll bring up the 9-hitter in Taylor Walls. First pitch to Walls is breaking ball. Looked like a sweeper that just hits the top of the zone for strike 1. Walls hitting just .224 on the season. But a good defensive shortstop. Swings and misses, though, on a changeup there. 0-2. Great pitch there from Trevor Rogers. Walls 224, 611 OPS. 2 home runs, 2 triples, 14 doubles, 31 RBIs. That's fastball upstairs, ball 1. 87 strikeouts to 37 walks. That O's offense going to have to find some magic here in the second. Trevor Rogers on the next pitch will get a swing and miss. Foul tip, actually, just barely. Just barely foul tips it. Does Taylor Walls to stay alive. Jets, Steelers, that's what it is. Okay, that's who they're playing. But Tampa Bay scores 3 here and counting. Walls swings and misses. There's a strikeout. Fastball, foul tip, strike 3. But after pitching a perfect first, gives up 3 in the second, including a 2-run home run, does Trevor Rogers. O's got some work to do going into the bottom of the second inning. Not great there. Not what you need. Jets up 7-0 over the Steelers start of the second quarter there in that preseason game. Commanders play tomorrow night at 12, unfortunately. I don't know why they play so late. And it's against Detroit, too. It's not even like they're on the West Coast. They just play really late for some reason. But college football starts next week. I think the Dublin games sometime going on, along with other games. College. Actually, don't know. Football schedule. Yeah, it's UNC and TCU scoring up in Dublin, Ireland. One of multiple games going on next Saturday. I will not be streaming. I'm not a huge college football guy. I do like it, but I will not be streaming any college football this season. But I'm excited for it anyway. A couple weeks now will be 3 weeks from now, pretty much, the NFL regular season will be starting out, which will be fun. Darnell Washington making the catch for a first down for Pittsburgh. Don't know if that's Mason Rudolph or Drew Allard starting there. Allard actually had a pretty good first preseason game when he played. But Darnell Washington, pretty easy to recognize because he is a guy the size of an offensive tackle playing tight end. Dude is absolutely massive. And working his way back from injury, from what I remember. But he's like 6'8", 6'9", and like 300 pounds, and actually decent enough to play tight end, which is kind of crazy. Back shoulder pass, incomplete. Looking for, I think that's the rookie that they have that I don't remember the name of. He wears the Guardian cap. like Chris Bell or something like that. Anyway, first pitch to Dylan Beavers knocks one high, deep center field, and that is another home run for Dylan Beavers, and it's on the first pitch. I think that's 3 games in a row now for Dylan Beavers that he's homered. 3-2 now suddenly. Exactly what the Orioles needed. 396, pretty much dead center. The first pitch attack continues for the Orioles on Freddie Peralta. Beavers suddenly finding his offensive stride here in the month of August. Yeah, 3 straight games with a home run. I think they've all been solo home runs too, which is kind of funny. But Dylan Beavers makes this a 1-run game. Kobe Mayo now up to bat, who's having a nice stretch at the moment, batting .211, takes a first pitch off speed low for ball 1, but that was a fastball at kind of outside corner of the zone. Beavers catches it and carries it. That was a changeup that Mayo took a little low. There's another changeup that he takes low. 2-0. Might have been a slider on that first pitch, but it is a couple of off-speed pitches below the zone. 2-0. Todd Gurley in the house as well. I think he's the guest splasher. Mayo will foul this one away on the changeup. 2-1. Yeah, fastball middle away. Beavers catches all of it. And yeah, 3 games straight with a home run for Dylan Beavers. Still has not played a full season. That one's inside with a fastball. 3-1 in Kobe Mayo. Because made his major league debut last September, missed a lot of the season this time around. So he was only playing like his 4th total month of major league action. Mayo will have that one foul off the knob of the bat, so it should have been ball 4. Instead, foul tip, strike 2. Just couldn't get the bat out of the way in time. It's a full count for Kobe Mayo. But Mayo is significantly worse against righties, why he's batting down in the 7th hole tonight against the righty Freddie Peralta. But it's been a better offensive stretch over the summer compared to the early on in the season. Fouled that one away as well. So we still go 3-2. But did some major damage against Tampa Bay in that 4-game series last weekend. See if he can get on base here as the tying run. Colton Cowser is in the on-deck circle. Leody Taveras after that. We'll see all 3 of them. So full count again on Kobe Mayo from Freddie Peralta. That one is going to be a little inside, fouled away. Looked like a what would that have been? Looked slider. That was a little inside. Peralta throws the 4-seamer a lot. Sweeper, actually, is what they're calling it. So they show the pitch sequence now. And just don't tell me what it is while it's going on. Lines that pitch, does Kobe Mayo, into the Rays dugout. Hard liner there, but well foul. Over by the camera well for Apple TV. Apple TV cameraman was shaking it off. Was giving a little like, whew, that was close. So still 3-2 on Kobe Mayo, batting .211. Swing and miss. Strike 3 goes up, chasing upstairs on the fastball. So Peralta bounces back after giving up the leadoff home run to Dylan Beavers. Mayo's in swing mode there. Chases. Really fast bat speed for Kobe Mayo. But late on the upstairs fastball. Colton Cowser batting just .209. Fouls the first pitch away on the sweeper there. Actually, that was the curveball, I think. Got curveball, sweeper, and slider does Peralta. So all 3 different off-speed pitches or breaking balls. As Cowser lines this one back up the middle. Diving stop made by Jorge Mateo, but it kind of pops out of his glove. Might have had a chance. Would have been close. Momentum was carrying him away, so it is going to be an infield single for Colton Cowser to get on base with 1 out. Jets also just made an interception on whoever the Steelers quarterback is. But Mateo makes it, was well into the outfield. Probably would not have gotten Cowser out because it took him a while to pop up. Would have been close, but we will never know. Cowser reaches first with 1 away, brings up the 9-hitter switch hitting Leody Taveras, hitting .230. Has actually kind of had a decent month. Cowser's going to steal on the first pitch. He is well out. Nowhere close. Not a good decision there from Colton Cowser. Kenny Piper with a great pickoff attempt there. So Cowser runs himself into an out, which is exactly what the Orioles do not need. Not a great jump from Cowser. He was out by multiple steps. Yeah, it was a little close, a little closer than it looked live, but was definitely not a good decision there from Cowser. I know the Orioles have been trying to be a bit more small bally and like manufacture some more runs, but that's not the way you want to do it. 1-1 on Tavares as well. He's going to pop this up into shallow left field. Taylor Walls ranging back from short, and we'll make the out for out number 3. So the Orioles do get one back on the Dylan Beavers solo home run, but kind of like the same as last inning. They start off really good against Freddie Peralta, then falter after that with some bad mistakes, but it's at least 3-2. See if Trevor Rogers can bounce back against the top of the order, who we did get out 1-2-3 last time around. But it's not good that they're down 3-2. But it's top of the order for both teams, actually, here in the third inning. Diaz, Valade, and DeLuca are the batters coming up. Looks like Mets and White Sox is in a rain delay at the moment. It'd be nice to know Cameron has another really good game. He's been pitching incredibly well as of late for the Royals. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, Rays have been struggling. Yankees could probably catch up to them pretty soon, unfortunately. Oop, that's the NFL. Yeah, I mean, I'll take it if the Rays are struggling. Need all the help you can get. I mean, Yankees, they're 4 games back at the moment. Don't really want to help out the Yankees, but you need to get the wins where you can. And it's also nice to beat your division rival. I'm curious, Kevin, did you go to any of the other games at the Trop over the weekend in that 4-game series? Yeah, I think Rays are doing fine. They're definitely going to make the playoffs, even if they're struggling a bit here in the month of August. Don't know how they're going to do. I feel like they're just kind of good, but not great. But they've still got a lot of juice in them. Yeah, yeah. I was happy you tuned in last week to my stream during that Friday game. It was nice of you. You didn't have to do that because you're at the game. But yeah, it was a good series. Probably should have taken all 4, but also definitely could have lost that Friday and Saturday game. So it's nice to take 3 of 4 there against Tampa in the Trop, which is where they've been excellent. Strike 1 on Yandy Diaz, who grounded out to third. Had 2 groundouts to third in a row to start the game. Back in the first, down 0-1 at the moment. Swings and misses there on the fastball. Quick 0-2 on Yandy. There's no Jonathan Aranda in the starting lineup tonight either. Don't know if he's injured or not, if he's just on the bench. Off-speed pitch in the dirt, way outside for ball 1. I don't think Jonathan Aranda's injured. Yeah, no, he's not. He's just riding the bench because of a lefty starter. Diaz pops this one up on a fastball to Pete Alonso's direction over in the infield dirt for out number 1. So Rogers gets the leadoff man out this time around. Gets Yandy Diaz out for the second time in the game. Listening to the Craig Albarnaz mid-game interview. I think he's talking about Dylan Beavers a little bit, who again is homered in 3 straight games. Ryan Valade will take first pitch for a strike. Good off-speed pitch there. Drops right in the middle of the zone. Looks like that was a changeup there, I'd say. A lot of vertical drop on that changeup for Trevor Rogers. 0-1 is in the dirt, rebounded a little bit. So ball 1 on the sweeper there. 44 pitches for Trevor Rogers. Gave up the 3 runs last inning, though it's gotten the leadoff man out here. 1-1 on Valade, who also grounded out to third. First time is up. We'll ground this one up the middle, though, for a base hit. No one over by second base. So Valade reaches first with 1 out here. Double play would be nice from Johnny DeLuca. But looked like another... Not quite sure what pitch that was. Might have been a cutter there. That hung up a little. Cutter or changeup, one of the two. It's at 85. Hanging up a little too much in the zone, though. Johnny DeLuca will take first pitch fastball top of the zone. Strike 1. But DeLuca popped out to shallow left last time he was up. Ground ball to Gunner would be real nice here. Valade goes. Swing and miss. Throw is in time. Caught stealing on Ryan Valade. He's asking for a challenge. It looked like it was in there, but it was going to be close. It's 0-2 is the count on DeLuca. Valade with a pretty decent jump, though. It didn't look like he was the fastest run in the world. The throw was perfect. Like, absolutely perfect from Samuel Basayo. And looks like the throw beat him out by just a fraction of a second. And yeah, throw beats him, not by much. Probably could have used another mitt there. But was in time. That is a fastball well up and away. 1-2 now, but the base runner is erased. So 2 outs, nobody on now. Great throw there from behind home plate by Samuel Basayo. And then DeLuca's going to ground this one over to Gunnar Henderson. So there is the grounder to Gunnar. And throws a little over the head of Pete Alonso. Probably would not have gotten in there anyway. Looked like DeLuca was going to beat it out. But DeLuca reaches first base either way. Henderson has to throw it off the back foot a little bit. Just sails a little bit at Alonso. It would have been close. I'm not quite sure if that would have been an out if Alonso had caught it. Yeah, starting pitching has been very shaky. I agree. It's definitely, I mean, it's not been the usual Christmas that it has been like the past couple weeks. This week has not been great. But yeah, I mean, I'm certainly biased on that home run call for Pete Alonso back on Wednesday. I definitely think it was a home run. Definitely looked like it was a home run. Strike 1 here on Junior Caminero. But yeah, it looked like a home run the whole way. It was close, definitely. But like the guy who caught it was in fair territory. There wasn't any angle that really showed that it was foul. It's tough though. It's tough. It's popped up by Caminero 0-2. Caminero doubled back in the second, and was eventually driven home by Chandler Simpson. But yeah, it's tough. There should really be some better tech for baseball to like track that stuff, because like that's just ridiculous that they like can't determine that definitively, because it's everything from the looks of it looked fair except for the people who mattered. And Caminero lines this one right back up the middle, a little bit of a liner in the air, dumps it right in front of Colton Cowser for a base hit. So 2 on, 2 out now. That caught stealing is certainly very important now. But Caminero 2 for 2. Pair of hits, both of them have been swinging at balls below the zone, but just covers them both. So pair of really good at bats for Junior Caminero there against Trevor Rogers. Not much he can do. That Bryce Young throwing? Bryce Young to Tet McMillan? I think it is. So the starting offense in there for Carolina against Jacksonville. They score a touchdown. Showing the replay of it on the NFL Network. I think that's Monroe Freeling as well, getting the start. First round pick by Carolina this year, I'm pretty sure. So a couple first rounders in there for Carolina in that starting offense. Definitely need it. They're showing the very beautiful skyline of Camden Yards tonight. Very nice night in the Maryland area. 13 balls, 39 strikes, 52 pitches though for Trevor Rogers. So not an efficient start for Rogers whatsoever. Looking to try and get through a scoreless third inning here, though with 2 out, 2 on, it's going to be difficult. And especially with Chandler Simpson up to bat, who's already 1 for 1 with an RBI single. will ground the first pitch over to Pete Alonso at first, and he's going to throw it over to second for the force out. Momentum carrying him that way makes the smart play. So quick out there, gets Trevor Rogers out of the inning. Exactly what he needed. Rays strand a pair. Rogers tosses the critical scoreless third to keep the Orioles in this game. So it'll be the leadoff guys, Holiday, Alonso, and Henderson, who all reached base their first time around. Holiday with a double, Alonso with a single, Henderson with a walk. Henderson was stranded along with Alonso, thanks to the Basayo double play and the O'Neill strikeout in the bottom of the first. See if things can go better here for the Orioles, see if they can get a lead back. But Holiday, it's good to see Holiday ambush that first pitch for a double, because August hasn't exactly been great for him after a good month of July, it felt like, or maybe I'm mixing it up, but let's see. Was I mixing it up? Yeah. No, yeah. August has definitely not batting 162 with a 494 OPS in the month of August. Definitely not been it for Holiday after a very good month of July. So hopefully he can turn it around here. Alonso's obviously hitting really well. It's really outside of that like early start, like month of May, pretty much, or really month of April, I'd say. April wasn't great for him, but after that, it's been fantastic ever since, because he hit 277 with a 840 OPS in May, 278 and 947 OPS in June, 261, 841 OPS in July, hitting 373 with an 1100 OPS here in the month of August. So it's really outside of April. Alonso's been exactly as advertised, and the Orioles keep him around for 5 years with that contract. So that's gotta love that right there. So it's not all bad over in Charm City. So definitely some positives here and there. Just a lot of underachieving so far. That's why they're 6 games under 500 at the moment. Or 5 games? No, 6 games, right? Can I do math in my head? Yeah, I can do math in my head. It's Jackson Holiday, who doubled on the first pitch, will take a first pitch ball this time on the changeup outside. But missed first 47 games of the season, did Jackson Holiday. So it's taken a little bit to get back. It's been very hot and cold. We'll ground this one foul on another changeup there. 1-1. Just 30 pitches for Freddie Peralta at the moment. That double play really helped him out there in the first, because it could have gotten ugly for him. But gave up that solo homer to Dylan Beavers in the second inning. Holiday is going to knock this one out into center field. That will hang up, though, for the center fielder, Johnny DeLuca, for out number 1. So Peralta gets the leadoff man out for the first time tonight. Rays on a 9-game road winning streak at the moment. Strike 1 to Pete Alonso as well. So is that 9-game? I don't know if that was all. I think it was all that 9-game win streak that the Rays had come into their home series against the Orioles last week that the Rays lost, but they now back on the road again. Peralta had 0-2 after Alonso swings and misses there. See, the Orioles can snap another streak here by the Rays. Alonso down 0-2 in the count, though. Will take a little outside on that breaking ball on that sweeper. Just a little outside. Correct call there on ball 1. Alonso still down on the count, though, against his old Met teammate. Will shatter his bat on the soft grounder to third. He will be out. The throw is a little airmailed, but in there. Caught by Liam Hicks at first for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down on the shattered bat ground out. Caminero looked like he was going to throw the ball over Liam Hicks slightly, but got it in there. But his inside part of the bat just shattered it completely. Luckily, no debris hit anyone. Caminero makes the play. So 2 up, 2 down here for Freddie Peralta in the third. Brings up Gunnar Henderson, who walked first time he was up. Peralta doing much better through the second time of the order to start. Throws the first pitch ball, though, to Henderson on the changeup outside. Threw a lot of changeup, missed a lot of them to Gunnar Henderson the first time around. 20 homers, 51 RBIs for Gunnar this season. Takes upstairs on the breaking ball, 2-0. Looked like that was a sweeper there that was just missed. Not a lot of fastballs to Gunnar so far tonight. There's a fastball, though, that is fouled away. Henderson a little late on it. Was in the zone, though. 2-1. Should Gunnar reach, it would be Tyler O'Neill, who struck out back in the first. One is going to be grounded over to Liam Hicks at first. He gets it all the way. Henderson reaches down a little low on a changeup there. Probably would have been better not swinging to that pitch. So a quick 1-2-3 or third inning there for Freddie Peralta. Keeps this game 3-2. Will be Jorge Mateo, Kenny Piper, and Liam Hicks to bat for the Rays in the top of the fourth inning. NFL is on commercial as well. Let's go check that scoreboard. What else is going on in the majors at the moment? Giants up 1-0 over the Red Sox, and Rafael Devers returned to Fenway Park for the first time since being traded. Devers looks like he has a hit in the game as well. Devers 0 for 1 with a walk, though. The Red Sox putting some pressure on San Francisco at the moment. The Phillies are up 3-2 over the Cardinals, bottom of the fifth inning. Yankees up 2-0 over the Blue Jays, bottom third. Nats, Marlins, scoreless end of the third. Mets, White Sox just started, middle of the first after that rain delay. Brewers already finished beating Braves 2-1. Brewers are still the best team in baseball record-wise. They've been very, very good. I think the Orioles still have to play them as well. I don't think they played them yet, which is not ideal. I think they play them in September, right? Yeah, they're one of the last series. Actually, I'll be streaming that game on the 18th of September. Brewers at Orioles. That should be a fun one. Brewers already up to 80 wins on the season as well. First team to 80 wins. But yeah, so we got A's, Astros coming up later. Tigers, Royals, Angels, Rangers. A lot of divisional matchups right there. Guardians, Rockies, Reds, Diamondbacks, Twins, Padres, Cubs, Mariners, Pirates, Dodgers are the other games going on. So, a couple AL East matchups. Nats, Marlins, also a divisional matchup. And then a couple AL West matchups and the AL Central showdown between the Tigers and the Royals. Tigers also still in contention for a wild card spot. They actually had a really good month of July, and I think August actually been pretty good for them as well. The Orioles, 2 runs on 4 hits, Rays 3 runs on 6 hits, including that 2-run shot by Kenny Piper, who again is batting second in this inning. In just his second big league game. Jorge Mateo squares to bunt, takes a strike though on the off-speed pitch that drops in there. Looked like that was probably a changeup. Might have been changeup or a cutter, one of the two. Mateo grounded into a fielder's choice back in the second inning, though was eventually scored by Kenny Piper. We'll ground this one over to Coby Mayo, who's drawn in a little bit. Will easily have the throw there. Mateo was testing him a little bit, was running it out, but Mayo throws him out at first. So Rogers, 2 innings in a row, he retires the leadoff man. But Piper, who hit his first major league home run in his last at-bat, now to bat here. Piper batting from the right side. Will swing and miss there on the sweeper. 0-1. Very horizontal pitch, that sweeper from Trevor Rogers. That one is a changeup that just drops outside for ball 1. Yeah, that's got to be nice. Homer in your second career major league game. Had Joshua Baez for Cardinals hit 3 home runs in his major league debut, then has gone like hitless since pretty much. Hopefully he continues to go hitless when the Cardinals come to town soon against the Orioles. Or those might be going to St. Louis, not sure, but whenever they play each other pretty much. Fastball's upstairs, Piper 2-1 from Rogers. Lefty-righty matchup here. There's a fastball in the zone, 2-2. Games against the Rays for Trevor Rogers back in May. 3.2 innings pitched, 8 hits, 8 runs, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, 88 pitches. Back during his bad stretch in the month of May. Then the last one he pitched against Tampa, the stat went away before I could read it off, but it was much better, to say the least. This one has not been clean at all. Already up to 60 pitches. That last pitch was fouled away. Let's see if Rogers can buckle down here a little bit as Piper fouls off another pitch. He's been seeing Trevor Rogers well here through 2 at-bats. His last one was 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, both earned. 1 walk, 6 strikeouts on 98 pitches, and eventually got the win there. So 2-2 still on Kenny Piper. And that one is a little upstairs on the fastball. No swing, 3-2. So full count here for the 7-hitter, sorry. Kenny Piper. Liam Hicks on deck playing first base tonight. That one is going to be lined just foul. Actually, more than just foul. Pulled pretty hard into the net. They're showing the trade deadline action for the Orioles. They're talking about that Adley Rutschman trade. A lot of big prospects added in that trade as Piper lines this one foul again. Pops it out to the right side. So like, what, 7th or 8th pitch of this at-bat now? Maybe even 9th? It's a long one here. Still a full count. And Piper's going to ground this one foul by the third base coach's box. So we go again. Another full count pitch. Pitch number 11 coming up in the sequence. Rogers throwing him a little bit of everything. Next pitch is swung and a miss. Strike 3 on the fastball was up and away. Piper goes chasing after it, so Rogers eventually wins the duel. So I'm gonna tip my hat a little bit to Piper, looking pretty sharp here through 2 at-bats tonight. But Rogers bests him there. He's got 2 up, 2 down in a long 4th inning because of that at-bat. 11 pitches. Liam Hicks takes ball 1 outside on the 4-seamer. Also a trade deadline acquisition for Tampa Bay. Struck out last time he was up. Not a guy who hits lefties well at all as he bats from the left side. We'll ground this one over to Pete Alonso at first. His counterpart, Alonso, soft tosses it over to Trevor Rogers, who covers the bag for a quick out number 3. So a 1-2-3 inning there for Trevor Rogers. Exactly what he needed. Decent number of pitches, but no damage done. Tyler O'Neill, Samuel Basayo, and Dylan Beavers, the batters in the bottom of the 4th. Orioles need 1 to tie. So it's 68 pitches, I believe, for Trevor Rogers as well through 4. So he's still got plenty of time, or plenty of room left to go through at least 5, probably more. I'm going to drink some of my water. And you have missed absolutely nothing in that Jets-Steelers game. It is still 7-0. 49 seconds left to go in the half. 3rd and 11 at the 40-yard line. Own 40-yard line for the New York Jets. Jets have 2 timeouts left. They're in a 2-minute drill. No idea who their quarterback is at the moment. Great pass, though, on an out route there. Gets about 15. Picks up the first down. Actually, more like 17 there. So gets out of bounds as well. 45 seconds left. They've crossed midfield now. Actually has more 20 yards there on the pickup. Jets looking to go a little quick here. Now on the 46-yard line. A little bit of pressure. Steps out now, rolls out and throws. Batted down by the Steelers linebacker there, number 44. I'm going all numbers here. Basically all second and third stringers there at this point in the game. Like we're not going to see Garrett Wilson or Geno Smith playing for the Jets. I think Omar Cooper Jr.'s in there, though, for the Jets. Looked like that was him, though. Looked like he was wearing a number in the 30s. No, he was wearing 83. Never mind. Say they're one of their 3 first-round picks this year, Omar Cooper Jr. out of Indiana. Made that insane catch against Penn State back last year. The 2nd and 10 from the Steelers' 46-yard line. We get a timeout called by someone, by the Jets. I think the play clock was running down a bit too much. Waste of a timeout there. 39 seconds. So not good there for the Jets. This is preseason, so you get that stuff out of the way now. It's like it's the Steelers broadcast that's doing it, that they're showing on NFL Network at least. First pitch to Tyler Neal, by the way, it looked like it was a little high. Might have been called strike one. I'm not quite sure. Fewest first pitch hits entering today. Orioles were the fewest in baseball with first pitch hits, though they have 3 tonight. Was first pitch strike to T.O. That one is breaking ball down and away, 1-1. Struck out last time he was up during the first inning. Was the first out of the game for the Orioles. We'll ground this one foul, 1-2 on the off speed. But a single, a double, and a homer on the first pitch hits for the Orioles tonight. I think that was a changeup that he grounded foul there. 1-2 on O'Neill. This one is swung on a miss. Strike 3 on the fastball above the zone. So 2 strikeouts for T.O. tonight. Jets looking to throw on 3rd and 16. Must have missed a sack or something. And they got a decent completion back basically where they started. They're going to run it down to 1 second, take a timeout. Messiah on the first pitch will pop it up into foul territory and out of play. Grounded into an inning-ending double play back in the first. Just his 3rd game back from the IL. Not been a great return back from the IL for Big Sam from the plate at least. But it's only been very small sample size. Can't really say too much. See if he can turn it around here. Down 0-1 in the count. Swing and miss there on the curveball. Strike 2. But batting from the left side, big catcher. Orioles have him around for a long time. Take well outside on the changeup. 1-2. But was banged up a lot through the middle of the season. Eventually went on the IL with a shoulder injury. Now is back. Hopefully he'll be healthy through the rest of the way. The 1-2 is going to be knocked high in the air. Not very far, though. Popped up into shallow right field for out number 2 to Ryan Valade. Besides, did a bit of a bat flip, which was confused me slightly, but was not nearly enough room there, so it was a simple fly out. They're showing Freddie Peralta's difference between the Mets and the Rays. So I guess Rays tweaked his motion a little bit. Brings up Dylan Beavers, who homered on the first pitch he saw. Takes the first pitch. Very well located changeup there for strike 1, bottom right corner. So the arm angle has decreased for Peralta over the year. There was a changeup there outside, 1-1. So Beavers with that second run solo shot back in the 2nd inning for the Orioles. Batting for the 2nd time tonight as well on what will be pitch number 50 for Freddie Peralta. So much more efficient outing for Peralta than Rogers so far. The Beavers can certainly rough him up here again if he wants, or if he's able to. Check swing, foul, 1-2 on the curveball. It might have actually, that one could have been a slider. But I'm going to say that was a curveball. Jets up 7-0 at the half. They missed their field goal. Long field goal, but nothing going on in that game. Beavers on the 1-2 will just get a piece of that one. It was well outside the zone, but stays alive. Should Dylan Beavers reach, Kobe Mayo would be up to bat, who's already struck out in the game. Peralta has 3 strikeouts, 1 on Mayo, 2 on Tyler O'Neill. Trevor Rogers has struck out the bottom 3 in the order for Tampa Bay tonight. Beavers takes upstairs on the fastball, 2-2. Evens the count up now. Working the count as well, which is nice. The first pitch hits have been nice for the O's tonight, but also do like to work the count. Always a good thing. Actually been pretty good at that this year. Beavers swings and misses there on the four-seamer above the zone for strike three. So 3 up, 3 down for Peralta. 2 innings in a row, actually. He's cruising through the order second time around. Actually 6 up, 6 down over the last 2 innings. We are still 3-2 through 4 now. Cruising into the back half pretty soon. It should be Taylor Walls, Yanni Diaz, Ryan Valade, the batters 9, 1, and 2 against Trevor Rogers here to start the 5th inning. Take another refreshment break. Yeah. MLB season is starting to come to a close pretty soon. We're getting to the last month and a half pretty much of regular season action. It's weird that it's like already almost over. It's crazy that football season's almost here. I'm very hyped for it. Like incredibly hyped for Commanders to start. Though Eagles week 1 is going to be rough. The Eagles have not exactly played well here in the joint practices and preseason, but it's also joint practices and preseason. I did love seeing Jalen Hurts throw all those interceptions. That was great. We love Jalen Hurts interceptions in this house. Any chance to dunk on the Eagles is a good day. But I'm so looking forward to football. I'm definitely going to stream those games, Commanders games, whenever they happen, with kind of a simulcast of Red Zone, because I love me some NFL Red Zone. NFL Red Zone is awesome. And I always get hyped around this time when football season is right around the corner. But for now, we got some more baseball. Yeah, losing Tunsil sucks. I agree, Kevin. It really sucks. I think Brandon Coleman's going to be fine. I think they're going to try and put him in as the starting left tackle. It's more the interior offensive line that I'm worried about. Well, not Sam Cosmi, but left guard, or I guess I forget if Cosmi plays left or right guard, but basically the guard opposite of him and center I'm worried about, because I'm fine with Coleman at left tackle. Connerly at right tackle is going to be an anchor over there. He's been great over the back half of the season. Sweeper strike 1 to Taylor Walls, middle of the zone. But with Nick Allegretti kind of banged up, hopefully Matt Goldman can kind of show up, because I love that pick. And if he can kind of slot in at center, that would be nice. There's Sweeper in the dirt. Ball 1. Yeah, I'm shaky about the offensive line. I don't think it's going to be horrible, but I don't think it's going to be great this season. I do think a lot of the national media is severely underrating the Commanders this season. Wall squares to bunt and pops the bunt up behind home plate, but into the stands actually for strike 2. Showing, I think, a highlights of that Panthers and Jaguars game from the first half. Interesting catch there. Bryce Young did get the start. Probably just played one drive. Rogers ahead 1-2 on Taylor Walls in the meantime. Swing and miss. Strike 3. Fastball up above the zone. Seen a lot of that from both pitchers tonight, getting swings and misses on the fastball upstairs. Box score is definitely very far ahead at the moment. Let's strikeout number 4 for Trevor Rogers tonight. Yeah, it's a really tough schedule for the Commanders to start out, which is annoying. But iron sharpens iron, and who knows, they could just play really well. I think they're going to be pretty good this year. But I'm also a homer. Yandy Diaz pops up the first pitch into shallow right center field. Cowser ranges in, has to run a little bit, but makes the out for a very quick second out. Exactly what Trevor Rogers needed. 73 pitches through 4 2/3. Ryan Valade, who's 1 for 2 with a single. Odds to win the AL pennant they're showing. Yankees have the best odds. Rays second best. Red Sox third. White Sox fourth. Astros fifth. I guess I can see the Yankees having the best odds. There's no clear-cut best team in the AL, though. If the Yankees do get Bellinger and Judge back late in the season, it could be pretty good there for them. Unfortunately. Though they'll probably just choke in the playoffs as they usually do. which is always fun to watch. Ball 1 to Ryan Vilade, up and in with a fastball. 11 home runs, 37 RBIs, 811 OPS for the outfielder. Swings and misses there, though, with the fastball at the top of the zone. A couple more of those from Trevor Rogers as this night has gone on. As I guess I want the Yankees to lose, even though I don't really want the Blue Jays to win either. That series is kind of annoying to watch. Foul ball, strike 2 on Vilade. Another fastball. A lot of fastballs this inning from Trevor Rogers. Like to see it. But yeah, definitely. Blaze and maybe Felix back soon. Orioles getting some reinforcements back. Not sure who they send down once they get Blaze back. Swing and miss, strike 3 on the sweeper there from Trevor Rogers. So a couple strikeouts in the inning. 1, 2, 3 inning toss by Rogers as both pitchers have kind of calmed down here as the game has gone on. But they probably send down Joel Pozo just because they have 3 catchers at the moment. That's my guess is what's going to happen when Blaze comes back up. But yeah, getting him back will be great given how well he was playing in July before he got injured. And getting Bautista back would be really nice as well. O's definitely not out of it yet, but they're definitely not in it either. They're on the edge. Need to string together a couple wins. Need the offense to start figuring out how to hit again. Yeah, I forgot that the O's were carrying 3 catchers at the moment. Yeah, Joel Pozo is definitely the guy that's going back down to AAA once Blaze Alexander gets back. If he has options. I actually don't know if he still has major league options or not. Let's see, does it say here? Options, Joel Pozo. He has 3. Okay, so they can option him down. Yeah, it says really just Leody Taveras, who's the only one who doesn't have options. Like they could option CES if they needed to, but they definitely don't want to do that. They just brought back up Anthony Nunez to the bullpen. Actually DFA'd Albert Suarez again, who's been in and out of the organization this year. So Suarez can be claimed off waivers if a team wants to, though. Hasn't exactly been the case over the past year or so. Feels like Suarez has been DFA'd multiple times with the Orioles and never got claimed off waivers, or whatever you want to call it, but picked up by anyone else, so he just kind of gets outrighted to AAA or just goes into free agency and then winds up re-signing with the Orioles. Just tends to do that a couple times, but he's the low leverage, long relief guy that the Orioles used a good bit over the past week and needed another arm, fresh arm, and better arm for the bullpen. Nunez is that guy. He's been up and down from AAA this season, was acquired in that Cedric Mullins trade last year from the Mets. Young guy. Definitely guy with a lot of room to grow. Anthony Nunez had some good innings, some bad innings. That one's actually going to hit Kobe Mayo on the first pitch. Looked like a sweeper that swept a little too far inside, but it kind of caught the arm guard, so no damage there. So the first batter to reach for the Orioles since the second inning. Bounces off the left arm, then into the catcher's mask, actually. Actually, into the umpire's mask, never mind. So a kind of painful first base there for Kobe Mayo. Gets him on for the first time. Colton Cowser up to bat for the second time, who's 1 for 1. Takes strike 1. Reached on an infield single last time he was up. Last Oriole to reach, actually, since that Kobe Mayo hit by pinch. Junior Caminero drawn in pretty well. The push side not very well defended as Cowser's going to pull it and actually caught there by the second baseman. The throw is airmailed out back to the backstop over by the Orioles dugout. So that is an error. Bring Kobe Mayo over to third. Probably would not have gotten Colton Cowser out at first nonetheless. Jorge Mateo trying to make a play. So the pull side defense was on, but Cowser just kind of finds the right spot. Mateo fields it, keeps it in the infield at least, but tries to spin on his knees. The throw was definitely not going to get there. Cowser was safe by then. So first and third, nobody out here for the Orioles. Need to get Kobe Mayo home here. I hope to God they do not do the run on contact play because I hate those and they never work. Leo Taveras up to bat. First pitch, ball on the fastball, up and away. Like, please do not have the run on contact play. I hate those things and they never work for the Orioles. Like, obviously anything past the infield would be nice, but just no run on contact because it never works. Taveras squares to bunt. Will bunt it foul. Got a little bit just in foul territory by the batter's box by Kenny Piper. Taveras does have multiple sack bunts in his career. Actually, he has like 9 right now for the Orioles this season, I think. But Rays definitely looking to play the bunt. See if Taveras squares to go again on the 1-1. Let's see. Does he square? Long hole from Peralta. He does not, and that is a changeup out and away. 2-1. Nowhere close to the zone. Taveras with runners in scoring position this season. Actually batting .308. 4 doubles, a triple, 2 home runs, 34 RBIs. So for as bad of a season I feel like Taveras usually has at the plate, he's actually pretty decent with runners in scoring position. Fouls that curveball away. Actually, not a curveball. Breaking ball there. One of the other breaking balls that Peralta throws. Actually, it might have been a curveball. I'll go with a curveball. But fouls it away. 2-2. So definitely no bunt on here. 60 pitches for Peralta at the moment. Time called by Taveras. Barring a double play, because there's one out at the moment, Jackson Holliday would be up to bat. Barring triple A. It is no out at the moment. I think box scores a little ahead as Taveras is going to swing and miss there on the changeup. That's why there's one out, because Taveras strikes out there for out number 1. Seen a lot of changeups tonight from Freddie Peralta. That one was ball 3, but was close enough that Taveras goes swing mode and misses. So out number 1, no production there. Holliday, who's 1 for 2 on the first pitch, will take low on the changeup. Ball 1. So 29 changeups tonight, 18 fastballs, 9 curveballs, 5 sweepers from Peralta. Have not seen the slider at all, which is his least used pitch. There's a 4-seamer upstairs for ball 2. Walk would load the bases. Drew Allers taking the start for the Steelers in the second half. So it might have been Mason Rudolph that was playing in the first. I'm not quite sure. Pete Alonso is on deck for the Orioles. Would be nice to see him this inning. 2 at a Holiday is swung and a miss on the changeup outside, but 2-1 because of the swing and miss. So Holiday looking to drive in a run here. Really got to get that run in from third with nobody out. Holiday will pop this one up and foul. He's now even the count 2-2. The doubled on the first pitch he saw was eventually driven home for the game's first run. Seen 4 runs since then. Looking to try and drive in the game's 6th run of the Orioles' 3rd. Can do more than that with a big hit, but any sort of hit would be nice here. Next pitch is check swing. Does he go around? No. Ooh, okay. Holiday, I think, thought he did, but the third base umpire says no. So Holiday stays alive. 3-2 on the changeup there. And Kevin Cash, the Rays manager, I believe, has just been ejected. Very quick ejection there. Interesting. And he's going to start chewing out the umpires. I don't disagree, because that did look like a swing. I think Jackson Holiday agreed that it was a swing as well, but the boys in blue actually benefit the O's here for once. We'll take it. So the Rays manager has been ejected. Let's see. Was it a swing? It probably was. Yeah, it was probably a swing. Orioles get away with one there. Holiday was walking off because he thought it was a strikeout, but he's like, what? I'm alive? Okay, sure. So full count now for Jackson Holiday and what should have been a strikeout. Will knocks one up in the air. Kind of middle center field. This might get Kobe Mayo in. Deep enough. We'll give it an attempt. Mayo is going to tag and run, and he is safe. So the Orioles benefit from a no call on strike 3, and Jackson Holiday knocks in the sac fly. Ties the game. Yeah. It sucks that, that it should have been strike three and you benefit from a bad call, but the Orioles have been screwed over so many times this season that you just gotta kind of have to take what you can get. But Holiday does what he needs to do. Gets the ball out into the outfield for the game-tying sacrifice fly. Alonso signaling for Comeo to get down. Big hand wave there. Also brings him up to the plate with a runner on. 2 outs, though, but a tie game. Ball one on... That might have been the game's first slider for Freddie Peralta there. Not a very good pitch either. Probably a sweeper, actually. Had a lot of horizontal movement. Not a good pitch, nonetheless. Easily ball one. No swing from Pete, who's 1 for 2 with a... Not a strikeout, actually. Fouls that one away, 1-1. 69 pitches now for Peralta. But Cash was not happy at all, and that was like an instant ejection by the third base umpire. He was not having it at all. So Ray's going to be without their manager for the back half of the game. Alonso knocks that pitch foul. It's fastball outside of the zone, but he gets a piece of it. Looking for another opposite field home run. Leads all of Major League Baseball in opposite field home runs, I believe. He has like 12 of them or something like that. It's ridiculous. 13-game hit streak as well for Pete Alonso. Extended it tonight. Orioles have also extended their walk streak as well. They have like a club record of like 120 games in a row or something with a walk, I'm pretty sure. Something ridiculous. Alonso takes inside on the changeup, 2-2. I'm pretty sure they had a walk all 3 games against the Yankees. I don't think they lost it. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they have. So 2-2 on Alonso. Colton Cowser still at first base. And Alonso knocks one high in the air, deep left field. 5-3 Orioles. Pete Alonso with a towering shot over the wall in left. And that is a 3-run 5th inning for the Orioles. They have retaken the lead. 4:43 for Pete Alonso. That is demolished, I believe, for his 30th home run of the season. Pete Alonso. What a home run. My goodness. He is all business with that swing as well. That one, no doubter about it. Orioles have the lead now, 5-3. What a homer. My goodness. And it looks like Gunner's probably going to get out here, but I'll take it for that homer right there. That was insane. So another 30 home run season for Pete Alonso. Henderson on the first pitch knocks it up in the air, but not pretty much dead center field. Johnny DeLuca barely has to move, but Orioles have retaken the lead here off of the Pete Alonso 2-run home run. Just takes a bottom fastball right out of the park. My goodness, he is no smiles from Pete Alonso. He is all business. Yeah, trying to overturn that MLB replays. That one is a no doubter. Yeah, Alonso is just destroying the month of August right now. Like, it's actually insane how good he's been playing. Gotta love it. It's kind of almost like single-handedly keeping the Orioles in contention with how he's been hitting. It's ridiculous. Exactly why you pay this guy, what, like $155 million contract? It's the numbers you need. It's giving the Orioles a 2-run lead. Trevor Rogers now definitely needs to throw a scoreless inning here to start the 6th. He had a nice shutdown inning, give the Orioles some momentum. Will be Johnny DeLuca, Junior Caminero, and Chandler Simpson, the batters for Tampa Bay here in the 6th inning. Probably last inning, barring a really quick one for Trevor Rogers. Like, if he's at like, what, like 70-something pitches right now, I think? Yeah, 77, actually. I can see it down there. So maybe like, yeah, it's like 17, 18 pitch inning. He maybe pitches and like for a batter in the 7th, but that is very much dependent on what happens here in the 6th. But would love a nice 1-2-3 for Rogers here coming up. Man, I think Pete's still a little miffed about that home run no call on Wednesday. That was, my goodness, that was some aggression on that swing. Just destroyed that one. Sometimes it's like, It's tough to tell when you hit a home run. That one was very easy to tell that was out of there. Very, very easy. Dang, that Red Sox game just kind of exploded. So it was 1-0 when we checked earlier. It's now 5-4 Red Sox. Just in the bottom of the fourth inning. Red Sox put up 5 in the bottom of the third alone. The Giants put up 3 in the top of the fourth, including a Raffy Devers 2-run home run. So that's a fun one right there. Strike one to Johnny DeLuca from Trevor Rogers here to start the 6th inning. And DeLuca knocks one high in the air, pretty deep right center, but that's going to stay in the ballpark. Colton Cowser calls it for out number 1. So 2 pitches, 1 out for Trevor Rogers. Exactly what he needs. 79 pitches now. And yeah, Pete Alonso is indeed crushing everything. Playing really good defense at first base as well. Should win Gold Glove at first base, in my totally not biased opinion at all. He's just been, like, not being serious, he's been excellent as a defensive first baseman. I just don't know, like, what his competition is, but he's been really good. Surprisingly enough, which is not what the Orioles brought him in for. He was not exactly touted for his defense with the Mets, but he's been really good this season, and the offense has really picked up over the months, especially in August. Strike one on Junior Caminero. Next pitch is down and away for ball 1 on the fastball. But Pete Alonso has been advertised. Home runs in first 8 seasons all time. Pete Alonso at 294, only behind Eddie Matthews, Albert Pujols, and Ralph Kiner. That is a pretty nice list to be on. And Caminero will foul this one away, 1 and 2. 2 for 2 night for Junior Caminero. It's hit a couple balls below the zone. They're showing Alonso and Gunnar were talking before the game. Alonso giving him some coaching on, like, the body movement. Which is, yeah, it's probably could have had that coaching happen a little bit earlier, as Caminero is going to fist this one right back up to Jackson Holliday at second. So he is finally retired for the first time. 2 up, 2 down for Trevor Rogers, 83 pitches. But inside part of the bat just kind of jams it right back to second. I think Rogers kind of got the memo, pitched Junior Caminero a bit higher this time around because he was scooping out the low ones for hits. But gotta love that start for Trevor Rogers here in the 6th inning. Does have to get through Chandler Simpson, though. 1 for 2 on the night. Strike 1. It might have been a little inside, but he's up and in there with a fastball. We'll take it. Yeah, 310 batting average for Chandler Simpson. Just finds ways to get on base with that slap hit style. No power underneath his bat at all. We'll slap hit that one foul on the sweeper. 0 and 2. Home run comparison. 2025 for the Orioles. 14 home runs for combined first baseman for the Orioles last year. Dead last. A lot more now for the O's this time around, thanks to Pete Alonso. And Simpson's going to slap hit this one right to Pete Alonso, though he's going to have to race back to the bag at first. He slides in, tags the bag. Pete Alonso with a great defensive play for a 1-2-3-6 inning there for Trevor Rogers. So Pete Alonso is making this game his own. Good catch, good dive, and 1-2-3-6 inning. Yeah. So Rogers, after that shaky second, has buckled down, throwing a couple 1-2-3 innings. And it's actually quality start. 6 innings pitched, 3 runs given up, 5 strikeouts, no walks at the moment. We'll probably go back out to pitch a bit in the 7th at 86 pitches. My guess is they'll try and get him, or at least try to work him through the 7th as best they can. Maybe not all the way through, depending on how it goes. But how he's pitching at the moment, he might get through. He would have to face Mateo, Piper, and Hicks there in the 7th inning. For now, though, Orioles quickly back up to the plate. It will be Tyler O'Neill, Samuel Basayo, and Dylan Beavers. O'Neill 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Basayo also 0 for 2. Beavers 1 for 2 with a home run. But now with the lead for the second time around. We love that. All right. Actually, I was going to go check the full scoreboard of what was going on again for baseball. Now there's been a couple innings. So bottom of the 4th, 1 out. Red Sox have a pair on. All right. Our old friend Adley Rutschman up to bat. And I think he just grounded into a double play. That sucks. Yep. Rutschman with a GIDP. Not exactly been a great start for Adley. As a Boston Red Sox, though, it's been small sample size. Had a couple good games. I think he had like one 4 RBI game or something like that, or like a 3 RBI game. But it was a slow start for Adley there. But wish him all the best. Just not when he's playing the Orioles. But yeah, Red Sox up 5-4 over the Giants, end of the fourth there. Phillies up 5-4 over the Cardinals, top of the seventh. Yankees up 3-1 over the Blue Jays, bottom of the fifth. Nats up 1-0 over the Marlins, top of the sixth. Mets up 1-0 over the White Sox, bottom of the third. Astros and A's, end of the second, scoreless. Tigers and Royals, scoreless, top of the third. Angels and Rangers, scoreless, middle of the second. Guardians, Rockies, just started. Guardians already have a man on, top of the first, nobody out. That is the update. We get to the bottom of the sixth inning. Orioles back up to bat. Freddie Peralta still on to pitch from the looks of things. 75 pitches thrown through 5, giving up 5 runs as well. O'Neill on the first pitch will take high on the fastball. 1-0. DeMar DeRozan has signed with the Denver Nuggets. Just scrolling through my Twitter feed. Not much of an NBA guy, but that is a thing that has just happened. 1-0 to O'Neill is going to be swung and a miss. Was in there, but O'Neill's just been a little late on these fastballs tonight. 1-1. So O'Neill struck out both times he's been out. See if he can sell Peralta here. We'll line this one over to softly to Taylor Walls at short. He's going to be thrown out, so O'Neill 0 for 3. At least it wasn't a strikeout, but still an unproductive out there. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. The false report about CJ Stroud wanting $70 million per year was understandably false. That was just bogus reporting. Samuel Basayo on the first pitch takes outside on the changeup. 1-0. 0 for 2 with a ground into double play and a flyout. Flied out to right last time he was up. Next pitch is going to be chopped up to Taylor Walls, who's shaded behind the second base bag for a quick out number 2. So Peralta has tossed a good start here to the bottom of the sixth. Though that damage was done with 2 outs back in, or most of the damage. The homer was done with 2 outs last inning. But Messiah a little frustrated here in his return. Definitely wears his emotions on his sleeve. They're showing at least the most of the head of Mike Elias. Camera angle is not exactly great, but Elias up in the press box area. He's looking down at something. Ball 1 to Dylan Beavers, who has home run in the game. Next pitch is going to be in there for strike 1 on the curveball. Just clips the bottom right corner. Great pitch there. Apparently, Jarren Duran's also doing Jarren Duran things. Next pitch is going to be jam shot up in the air behind home plate and out of play for foul ball strike 2. Going Orioles top 100 prospects: Adley Rutschman, Gunnar Henderson, Jordan Westberg, Jackson Holliday, Colton Cowser, Heston Kjerstad, Samuel Basayo, Kobe Mayo. All the guys we've seen a lot. Adley Rutschman obviously hasn't been traded. Everyone else is still around. Westberg on the IL, Kjerstad down in AAA. Don't know if we'll see him this season, but would be nice to see Silent J at some point. Beavers takes ball 2 on the changeup. Or not changeup, that was a curveball. Not bad. Jonathan Brooks scored. That's who scored the touchdown for Carolina. That's good. Dude's just been hampered with injuries. Really annoying for him. 2-2 on Beavers. Changeup down low, ball 3. Wilson Contreras had that 3-run homer in the Boston game. So full count for Dylan Beavers here. Nobody on, 2 outs. Beavers gonna knock this one over pretty not deep. It looked like must have been off the end of the bat because it looked like he got it well, but it's not really hit all that far. Just kind of soft liner over there into right. And for out number 3, caught by Ryan Valade. I don't know what part of the bat that hit there because it looked much better than it wound up being. So 1-2-3 inning there for Freddie Peralta to end the 6th. Orioles still carry their 2-run lead into the 7th. Thank you, admin, for the caption. Orioles admin was pointing out that the Pete Alonso home run was very fair. We like that. I think the Steelers just missed a field goal, so it is still 7-0. I am going to go and get some water. I will be right back. Or some more water. I already burned through mine. All right, we're back. I was just thinking as I was walking back up the stairs with my water. Not only is Blaze Alexander and potentially Felix Bautista coming back soon, but Ryan Helsley could also be coming back at some point. I don't know for sure. I don't think he was supposed to be done for the season, but there's a chance. But in an ideal world, you have a bullpen with Ryan Helsley, Felix Bautista, and Alex Hoppe. That's three guys who can throw 100 out of the bullpen. For a guy who does not throw 100, Trevor Rogers throws a ball one to Jorge Mateo, who's 0 for 2, though does have a run scored after reaching on a fielder's choice back in the second. Grounded out last time he was up. Ahead in the count at the moment. We'll ground this one back to Trevor Rogers. Fields it and tosses it over to Pete Alonso for out. Number 1. 88 pitches now for Trevor Rogers. So Kenny Piper up to bat, 1 for 2. Had a long at bat last time he was up. Eventually ended in a strikeout, but has seen Trevor Rogers well so far tonight. Knocked it 4-10 to the Orioles bullpen for a 2-run home run first time he was up. So first career home run, caught stealing back in the bottom of the second. First career caught stealing. Then an 11 pitch at bat against Trevor Rogers that ended in a strikeout back in the fourth. Now batting with nobody on in the seventh, takes ball one on a changeup a little outside. I think that was, it might have been a cutter actually there. I'm going to say that was a cutter by Trevor Rogers. Yeah, would be nice to be healthy. I agree, Kevin. Just need a little bit more health in that bullpen. That one is a fastball a little bit up and away as well, 2-0. 90 pitches now for Rogers. Probably his last batter here, my guess. Don't know if they want to push him too far. Kyle Bradish threw 100 pitches last time, or yesterday, I should say. That's a fastball in there. Strike 1. Left part of the zone. Good pitch, though. So Liam Hicks will be up to bat after this. Maybe they keep him in for Liam Hicks unless it's a very long at bat, like last time around. Swing and miss, foul tip on the changeup. Actually, that was just a straight up four seamer. It looked like it was a little bit of off speed movement, but nope, that was just in there. 2-2. Yeah, 28 pitch second inning. After that, Rogers has been much cleaner. 15-15, then 9-9. And 7 now. There is a strikeout. Strike 3. Piper a little late on that fastball in the zone. So Rogers, with his 6th strikeout of the night, gets Piper down a second time. So he's doing better after that home run. Brings up Liam Hicks, who he's already struck out in the game. So I definitely keep him in now because he's pitched Liam Hicks well. And 93 pitches for Trevor Rogers tonight. Looking to get through 7. After that bad second inning, it's been better since. Got one more batter to go. First pitch to Hicks is in there. Strike 1 on the sweeper. Good pitch there. Just clips the top right of the zone. Breaks all the way back over the zone pretty much. Next pitch is another sweeper that went a little outside, down and away, 1-1. Yennier Cano is warming in the bullpen. Not exactly the guy that I wanted to see, given how poorly he pitched against the Rays last series, though maybe pitching in Baltimore will be better for him. This one is fastball, a little up. Might be a called ball 2. Is going to be challenged by Samuel Basayo, I think. It was, and it is a strike. So Basayo was correct. Looked like Basayo was like halfway to challenging, wind up does challenging, and does it. Good job of it. Just clips the outside part of the zone with a fastball. 1-2 is the count now. 96 pitches for Rogers. Looking to get one more strike here. That one is fouled away on the fastball by Hicks. Brought over from Miami. 97 for Rogers now. I really love that trade for Tampa Bay because I'm a big Liam Hicks fan this season. He's been playing really well. It's not right now, though. That's fastball well outside. 2-2. So I like the 0-2 tonight for Liam Hicks. Also, partly because I'm on my fantasy team and he's really good. But Rogers pitches lefties significantly better than righties. Hicks is a lefty. That one is down and away with a fastball. 3-2. Really don't want to walk Liam Hicks here. Not ideal. Full count for Rogers against Hicks on what will be the 100th pitch coming up. And that one is down and away. Ball 4. So another fastball. Rogers just emptying the tank a little bit. Just yanking the fastball a little too much outside. So gives a 2-out base runner there. Side doesn't catch it either, but didn't matter. Rogers frustrated with himself. Not a guy who shows a lot of emotion, but definitely frustrated there. Drew French and Craig Alvarez watching on in the dugout. French actually had to talk with Trevor Rogers, probably just stalling for time as much as they can to get Yennier Cano warmed up. So definitely Trevor Rogers' last batter here, no matter what happens. See if he can get through 7, though. Would be very nice. But 50 fastballs, 19 changeups, 15 sweepers, 13 sinkers, 3 cutters for Trevor Rogers tonight. So kind of the usual mix. I feel like the cutter is more used by him than a lot. It's more used against lefties. I haven't seen a lot of lefties, but yeah. So the usual pitch distribution for Trevor Rogers. Walls 0-2 with 2 strikeouts. Going up against Rogers here for the 3rd time. That was the first pitch away on the 4-seamer. 0-1. Saying 29% reach base probability for Taylor Walls here. Don't know how they calculate that, but that's what Apple TV tells me. So over 100 pitches is Trevor Rogers. That one is upstairs with the fastball. 1-1. So Hicks, not much of a threat to steal, not a super fast guy. Just gotta get one more out here. As Walls pops this one into fairly deep center field. Cowser ranges back, though, and makes a pretty easy catch for out number 3. So that is 7 innings of work for Trevor Rogers. 1 bad inning. Everything else, pretty good. Definitely turned it around after that 2nd inning. Pitched some real nice gems after that. Gives the Orioles a 2-run lead here going into the bottom of the 7th inning. So we'll be Kobe Mayo, Colton Cowser, and Leody Taveras up to bat. Or maybe against, they'll probably trot out Peralta, probably against Mayo and maybe Cowser. I don't know. We'll see what, because he's at 84 pitches, already given up 5 runs. I don't know if the Rays want to go to their bullpen just yet. We'll see what happens. But Rogers has given what the Orioles have needed, and that's a chance to hold on to the win. Orioles bullpen has to take it away through the last 6 outs, which has not been easy for them as of late. Hopefully O's can put up another couple runs here in the last couple of innings. Pittsburgh with the ball should still be Drew Aller at quarterback there. Yep, it is. He's going to get pressured and sacked by the Jets. Left tackle just gets beat out entirely. Right tackle also kind of got beat out a little bit. Huge sack there for the New York Jets. The left tackle just doesn't have enough room to get back there. Kind of got bumped a little bit by his own running back and didn't nearly have enough time. Yeah. Steelers running back was kind of almost got in the way a little bit. Keyshawn Johnson or Keyshawn Johnson? I don't know. Keyshawn Johnson was the Jets receiver, right? That they picked first overall. I'm trying to. It's the Iowa running back that the Steelers took, and second round last year in the draft. Steelers running back Iowa. Caleb Johnson. I knew it was a K Johnson. I can remember it, but yeah, Caleb Johnson in there. I'm pretty sure he was second or third round I picked back in 2025, and they just like never used him. Flag down for the Steelers as well. Illegal shift from the looks of it on the Steelers. They are continuing to go backwards and backwards. I think it was a illegal shift. Either that or it was a penalty declined. One of the two. I don't have the volume turned up super high on that, but yeah, it's punt time for the Steelers. First pitch to Kobe Mayo's in there for strike one from Freddie Peralta, who's still in there to pitch. Mayo was hit by a pitch last time he was up and was eventually driven home. Takes ball one there on off-speed pitch a little down and away. Don't think that was a changeup. Might have been a slider, actually. I think that was a slider there from Peralta. Don't see a lot of those. And Mayo's going to kind of ground this one. Swinging bunt here. Peralta fields it and slow toss it over to Hicks for out number one. Mayo is 0 for 2. 87 pitches for Freddie Peralta, who tossed a 1-2-3 last time he was up. So it's really just been like, I mean, the first inning definitely ran into a bit of trouble, had the one home run he gave up to Beavers, but outside of that, it was the fifth inning. But he's thrown some good innings, but thrown some bad innings, so not a super great start from Peralta. Obviously, 5 runs given up is never great, but there's some good there for the Rays. Strike one to Colton Cowser on a changeup just at the bottom of the zone. Showing some kind of stat that I wasn't really not sure what it was. Freddie Cambio, 109 at bat versus changeup. I don't know what this is talking about. Okay. Cowser fouled that one away. It's 0-2 on the four-seamer. My guess is we'll see another changeup here because of Cowser's historically bad struggles against changeups. But Peralta also looking to get through 7. Save the bullpen as best they can. Cowser swings and misses on the curveball, actually. So quick 2 up, 2 down for Peralta here in the bottom of the 7th. 90 pitches as well. Rays do have the bullpen warming. Gonna try and my guess the Rays are gonna try and squeeze them through 7 though, if they can. Leody Taveras, the number 9 hitter, up to bat. Taveras swings and misses, strike one at the fastball above the zone. Taveras has struck out. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. There's a reason why he's batting in the 9 hole. It's not a great at bat. Outside though on the curveball, 1-1. I mean, Taveras has been fine this season. The outfield defense has not been spectacular, but he's had some good moments here and there. He's kind of a serviceable outfielder though, but he's going to poke this one into left center field. There's a base hit, so maybe I got to start trashing a bit more. He'll get some hits. So a single for Leody Taveras gets runner on with 2 outs here against Peralta in the bottom of the 7th, and it turns the lineup card around to Jackson Holliday for a 4th time. Change up there that Taveras is able to cover. That was a ball, but Taveras just pokes it out off the end of the bat into a spot where no one's at. So we love that right there. Just a nice flare out into left center field. Taveras gets his first hit of the night. Peralta still into pitch. Throws the first pitch change up well out and away to Jackson Holliday. 1 for 2 on the night with a sac fly. Sac fly was his last at bat. Takes a changeup again outside. That one closer to the zone, but no swing from Jackson. But doubled on the first pitch he saw all the way back in the first inning. Looking for his second hit at the moment. With Taveras on first at the moment. Holiday takes fastball in the zone, strike one. Probably won't see Tavares try and steal, what with the good arm strength from Kenny Piper that we saw already in this game. Got Colton Cowser out by a step or two. That one is changeup in the dirt, ball 3. A walk would bring up Pete Alonso, who homered last time he was up against his former teammates. And Peralta, Andrew Kittredge now also warming in the bullpen. Maybe he gets the 8th. Trevor Rogers probably done for the night, I would assume. Already thrown over 100 pitches. And Holiday is going to kind of jam shot this out into center. Easy catch there for Johnny DeLuca. So Orioles strand 1. Still lead by 2. Alonso will be first to bat in the bottom of the 8th. Hopefully they will still hold a 2-run lead. Should be Yandy Diaz, Ryan Valade, and Johnny DeLuca, the top 3 for the Rays coming up here in the top of the 8th inning as well. I'm going to preemptively pull up Andrew Kittredge because I assume they'd go to him rather than Yennier Cano, given how Cano has pitched not very well against the Rays. I mean, bullpen-wise, I probably don't put in Nunez in the 9th at this point. If this score were to stand, like I'm just trying to theorize for going forward. Because O's bullpen at the moment, Kittredge, Cano, Rico Garcia, Josh Walker, Alex Hoppe, Anthony Nunez, Grant Wolfram, Cam Sanders. Probably Wolfram or Sanders, maybe, for the 9th, if this score were to hold. But I maybe Rico as well. I don't know. It's been closer by committee with Elsley's injury. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But it should, in theory, be Andrew Kittredge, the former Tampa Bay Ray. A longtime Tampa Bay Ray, actually, if I remember correctly. Pretty sure he was on the Rays for a while. But has been the O's past 2 years, was traded to the Cubs back at last year's trade deadline, then re-signed with the Orioles this year. But it was on the Rays from 2017 to 2023, so 7 seasons there. So on the Cardinals for a season, then the Orioles last 2. It's like Denver's, is that a live game? Is there 3 games going on tonight? Broncos, Packers, is that tonight? The GPS Bowl? That Steelers game, and or they just kick off the Steelers game? I wouldn't blame because that game was really boring. Jets Steelers in the 4th quarter. Yeah, I think they just bumped off the Jets Steelers. Either they're just like doing double time. But yeah, Packers Broncos starting out. Panthers up 20-6 over Jaguars at halftime there in that preseason game. Yep, Andrew Kittredge on to pitch. 43 games pitched, 2-3 record, 3.62 ERA, 37 1/3 innings pitched, 31 strikeouts to 10 walks, and the rest of the stats went away before I could read them. Why is that program restrictions? What is going on? Why are you giving me program restrictions there? First pitch is a strike there to Yandy Diaz on the sinker. No 3-pitch mix. Slider, sinker, and 4-seamer. Slider actually the most used pitch by Kittredge. Sinker is 2nd most used. 4-seamer 3rd most used. There is another sinker there that runs in foul tip, strike 2. Throws a sinker a good bit to righties. Also throws a slider a good bit to righties. 4-seamer more pitch he uses to lefties. Sounds like we might have a pinch hitter as well. Okay, there we go. That was weird. It's giving me the like blackout restriction on that NFL Network, which is something weird. Another sinker fouled away. Still 0-2 on Diaz. Jonathan Aranda is going to pinch hit for Ryan Valade. So looks like a fumble in the Packers game as well. Broncos have it. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 on the slider. Down and away. Diaz goes fishing for that one. Makes no contact whatsoever. Kittredge gets out number 1. So Orioles get another quality start out of their starter. Trevor Rogers goes 7 innings, 3 runs given up. Jonathan Aranda now up to bat batting .282 on the season, .786 OPS, 15 home runs, 76 RBIs, 58 walks, 127 strikeouts, 20 doubles, no triples, batting with 1 out, nobody on. And he's going to knock the first pitch right over the head of Jackson Holliday for a single. Cowser cuts it off, but the pinch hit works, so it brings up the tying run to the plate. Actually, sorry, Jonathan Aranda. That was Ryan Vilade got the hit there. Now it is Jonathan Aranda. They were deking me out with the camera angles earlier, but Aranda's going to pinch hit for Johnny DeLuca. Okay, that makes more sense because I feel like Vilade's a better hitter than DeLuca. But Vilade gets his second hit of the night. Now it is Jonathan Aranda batting from the left side. Subbing in for the center fielder, DeLuca, so not sure how they're going to go defensively after this for the bottom of the 8th, but we'll see what happens. But a quick visit from Drew French to Andrew Kittredge, telling him probably how he wants to pitch Aranda, who is very good. Much better against righties than lefties. Batting .298 against righties, 14 home runs, 849 OPS. .242 against lefties, 1 home run, 626 OPS, though. Smaller sample size for Aranda. That's why I didn't get the start against Trevor Rogers tonight. But ground ball double play is ideal here. There's a look like more of a four-seamer there than a sinker. Either way, it's strike one, no swing. I think that was a four-seamer, actually. Pretty similar velocity between the sinker and four-seamer, though. More movement on that sinker. 0-1 to Aranda is upstairs. Another four-seamer, actually. 1-1. So unless we see a double play here, will be Junior Caminero up to bat after this. Which is not a guy you really want to see. That's for sure. So hopefully a double play would be very nice. 1-1 is going to be grounded just foul down the first base line. Josh Walker actually warming the bullpen for the Orioles. Don't know if they're going to put him in on the 9th or if he's warming just in case get a couple of guys on. He is a lefty, so maybe they're warming for the matchups. And he's one of the lefty relievers the Orioles do have. I think Griff Wolfram pitched a bit last night. I feel maybe, or did he actually? I don't know. I can go check that in a minute. For now, though, next pitch coming up. I actually get time called real quick. Aranda has to fix his gear. Yeah, I can actually see it there. Anyway, I'll read off the Orioles bullpen numbers after this. 1-2 to Aranda from Kittredge. Runner on first, 1 out. Down and away with the sinker, 2-2. So yeah, let's see, Saturday. That's one. So yeah, Wolfram pitched 17 pitches yesterday, so he's definitely not available. Orioles use a lot of relievers. Cam Sanders, Wolfram, Hoppy, Garcia, Cano back on Wednesday. Josh Walker pitched 25 on Tuesday. Swing and miss. Strike 3 on the slider. Aranda goes down, so a pair of strikeouts on the slider for Andrew Kittredge here. Still not out of it, but exactly the kind of pitch you need. I've not seen a lot of sliders tonight from Kittredge, but he's gotten both of his strikeouts on them at the moment. Does bring up Junior Caminero, who is 2 for 3 on the night. So righty-righty matchup. Big one here. First pitch is a slider just below the zone for strike or ball 1, sorry. Yeah. Double and a single for Caminero tonight. Also a ground out. Is the tying run for the Rays. Kittredge looking to give the Orioles one more out here through the 8th. And Caminero is going to ground this one over to Jackson Holliday at second. Easy throw on a first for a scoreless top of the 8th inning from Andrew Kittredge. Couple strikeouts and a ground out. Keeps the Orioles lead at 2. Pete Alonso will lead off the bottom of the 8th inning against the Rays bullpen. Alonso, Basayo, Alonso, Henderson, and O'Neill. Don't think we'll see anyone pinch hit here. O'Neill's the only one that you could pinch it for on the bench. I mean, maybe you do. Maybe pinch hit CES, because you got on the bench, you have Narvaez, Pozo, Encarnacion Strand, and Christian Franklin. Given that O'Neill is 0-for-3 on the night, maybe you throw in CES, though I don't know if you want to pinch hit CES, like bring in CES for Coby Mayo defensively, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Showing a trailer for some kind of sci-fi thing that I don't really know what's going. What is this? Like Alita Battle Angel, but like not. Has Neuromancer. And it's a guy that, like, the actor, I recognize his face. Hang on. I'm going to look this up because I recognize that actor, but I don't remember his name off the top of my head. Neuromancer TV series. It's what is your name? Callum Turner. What have I seen you in? He's in Fantastic Beasts. Maybe I was confusing with someone else. Oh, he's in Masters of the Year. I think that's what I know him from. Still need to see that one, or see it all the way through. He's in Green Room. Anything else that I've seen him in? Maybe it was just Masters of the Year. I don't know. Looks interesting. Another Apple TV series. Okay. Orioles have just 3 outs to go. 2 runs to play with. Not an easy one to get done. Will be Chandler Simpson, Jorge Mateo, Kenny Piper, barring pinch hitters. That is the listed batters for the top of the 9th. But Orioles can get some insurance runs here, which would be very nice. But Alonso currently has hit the game winning runs at the moment off that 2-run home run. That made it 5-3. Back up to bat again. It's 2-for-3 on the night as well. We'll face a new pitcher. And someone, I don't know who. They have not told me yet. Yeah, I don't. It's definitely not over that foul ball call a couple of days ago. They're talking about it. Facing a lefty reliever here. They've still not told me who it is. Last 13 games for Alonso, 7 home runs and 14 RBIs. Grounds the first pitch, though, over to Taylor Walls at short. He fields it cleanly. Not super cleanly, but cleanly enough. Clevenger is the new pitcher. Garrett Clevenger. So Alonso a 1-pitch ground out here to start the bottom of the 8th. Slider, sinker, 4-seamer, and sweeper for Clevenger. Brings up Gunnar Henderson, who's over 2 with a walk. But actually has hit lefties better than righties this season, has Gunnar. Not by much, but a little bit. Up and in. Almost hit him, actually. 1-0. Nick Chubb retired? Oh, that's too bad. I liked him a lot. It sucks that the knee injury just completely killed his career. Because that was, he was such a fun guy to watch. I know it's Ravens fans. I guess you're also a Commanders fan, but yeah. I know Ravens fans didn't like him because he's a Brown, because they're division rival, but like he's like a really nice guy from what I heard. Like the story was great, and he was really fun to watch. Of course, like the one time I drafted in fantasy was when he got injured when he's on the Browns. And it really sucks. He was really fun to watch. So that's too bad. 1-1 on Gunnar. He's gonna kind of jam shot that one foul. I think he went to Georgia, if I remember correctly, for his college. But yeah, he was great with Browns. Played with the Texans a little bit. Yeah. Go right off into the sunset. Nick Chubb. Early 2020s running backs. He was one of the best. Henderson on the 1-2 will take well upstairs on the 4-seamer. That one up at head level. But not a super used pitch, especially against lefties. Mostly the sinker and sweeper. I mean, maybe it was a sinker that he threw, but it was not a good pitch there. 2-2 on Henderson. Foul tip, but not caught on the slider there. Actually, that might have been a sweeper, but breaking ball stays at 2-2 for Gunnar. Rico Garcia warming, so he's going to have the 9th at this rate for the Orioles. Interesting decision there. It's been better this past week as Rico compared to the past month, I'd say, but it's a little shaky. Henderson will kind of knock this one, loops it up in a way, and foul on the breaking ball. Again, I think that's a sweeper. Not quite sure. Maybe it's a slider. One of the two. I don't have enough information to know because I don't know how Clevenger's pitches usually look. But I'm going to say that sweeper. That's a fastball well outside 3-2 now. So a lot of pitches that have not been anywhere near the zone. Have run the count full for Gunnar. Looking to get on for second time. Looking for his first hit as well tonight. 3-2 is going to be knocked right back up the middle. That is going to drop for Gunnar Henderson's first hit of the night for a single right back up the middle. So Henderson gets on with one out. Gets a lefty on lefty hit as well. Pete Alonso's fired up in the dugout. Fastball pretty much right in the middle of the zone. Henderson shortens the bat up a little bit, kind of slaps that one right back up the middle. Don't need to hit a home run. Just got to get on base. We like that. Brings up Tyler O'Neill. Maybe it's CES. Don't know if they're going to pinch hit for him. We'll have a mound visit from the Tampa Bay Rays. So maybe it is going to be CES. I don't know. We'll see. Just because it's O'Neill's in the DH spot and he's 0 for 3. But it is also a lefty on the mound. So I guess, yeah, you do keep Tyler O'Neill here. Yeah, Tyler O'Neill in here because he hits lefties, or well, he's supposed to hit lefties really well. See if he can get his first hit here. That would be nice. First hit of the whatchamacallits, the series and the game. So Cedric Mullins is also checked in as a defensive replacement, replaces Kenny Piper. So he will also be batting third in the top of the ninth. Aranda goes to first. Liam Hicks goes back to catch as well. O'Neill on the first pitch takes a fastball at the top of the zone, strike one. And fortunately, box score is going to spoil it. This is not going to be good at bat from Tyler O'Neill. Box score got a little bit ahead, and something tells me there's going to be a double play coming up here soon. Just something in the air. O'Neill is going to ground this one sharply over to third, throw over to second, and first. So a very sharp grounder, just exactly to the third baseman, Junior Caminero, for out numbers 2 and 3. So Orioles do not get the insurance run in the bottom of the 8th. They carry their 2-run lead into the 9th. Rico Garcia looked to be the one warming. My guess is he'll have it. See if he can close it out. Had a really, really good April. May as well was pretty good. After that, it has been not as good for Rico. We'll see if he can find 3 outs without giving up 2 runs, though. That would be nice. It would, in fact, be very nice. Still got a lot of good metrics on Baseball Savant. A lot of red. But it's got to make good pitches. Go check that scoreboard one last time, hopefully. Hopefully this will end it. So Red Sox now up 6-4 over the Giants, top of the 7th. Cardinals and Phillies tied 5-5, bottom of the 8th. Yankees still up 3-1 over the Blue Jays, top of the 7th. Nationals still up 1-0 over the Marlins, top of the 8th. Mets now up 4-0 over the White Sox, top of the 6th. Astros up 1-0 over the A's, bottom 4. Royals up 1-0 over the Tigers, middle of the 5th. That's actually good for the Orioles. Need the Tigers to lose there. Angels and Rangers scoreless through 4. Guardians and Rockies tied 1, bottom of the 3rd. And that's it, actually. Reds, Diamondbacks have not started. Same with Twins, Padres, Cubs, Mariners, Pirates, Dodgers. That Reds, Diamondbacks, Twins, Padres games should be starting in the next 15 minutes or so. But hopefully the Orioles can close it out here within the next 10 minutes. Hopefully Rico can get it done. Let's see. The Rays have already used 2 guys from their bench in Aranda and Mullins. Outside of that, they would have Richie Palacios and Nick Fortes. Probably won't see Nick Fortes, another backup catcher. Palacios is a lefty, so maybe they throw him in. Second baseman. Maybe they might put him in over Jorge Mateo. So that's a pinch hit I could probably see. Definitely not pinch hitting for Chandler Simpson, and Mullins can't really pinch hit for anymore. Don't see why they would either. But hopefully, Rico Garcia can close this out. 59 games for Rico, 5 of 10 save opportunities, 3.35 ERA, 53 and 2/3 innings pitched, 55 strikes, strikeouts, 18 walks. Opponents hitting 168 off him. And I think they were doing a whip as well, which is pretty low. First pitch is fastball outside to Chandler Simpson, who's 1 for 3 on the night. Garcia, 4-pitch mix, 4-seamer, changeup, curveball, and slider. Won't see really the slider at all to lefties, including Simpson here. There's a decent amount to everyone else, amount of the other pitches to the others. There's 4-seamer. Again, fouled away by Simpson 1-1. But yeah, changeup's actually the most used pitch against lefties. 42% of the time, 38% fastball, and 19% the curveball. Showing the splits for Garcia. It's been much worse since then, or since the kind of like May-ish. 1 and 2 now as Chandler Simpson fouls off another fastball. So it's been 3 straight fastballs for Rico against Chandler so far. See if he goes to the curveball here. I feel like that's his been usual strikeout pitch. The Hawaiian native, Rico Garcia, head in the count at the moment, looking to get a save here for the Orioles. Next pitch is a curveball. Simpson was wise to it. I think that was a curveball. It's either curveball or slider, but yeah, it's curveball. It's just a fast curveball. It's like 88, so it's got some zip on that curveball. 2-2 now, the count against Simpson. Let's see if he goes back to the curveball here. Doesn't. Goes with a changeup there and gets the strikeout on Chandler Simpson. So first changeup of the sequence. Simpson waves at it, knows outside the zone. Almost like a split finger fastball there, but just kind of runs away from Simpson there, and he swings and misses. So that is out number 1. Get that updated. Brings up Jorge Mateo, is not going to be pinch hit for. Interesting. So not going to be Richie Palacios. Jorge Mateo stays in. He's 0 for 3 and reached on a fielder's choice and eventually scored from that Kenny Piper 2-run home run back in the second. Mateo swings and misses there, strike 1. Maybe they keep him in because they thinking if he can get on a base, he's got the speed. But down on the count, swings and misses on the curveball. And also 0 for 3. Grounded out last time he was up to Pete Alonso, if I remember correctly. Over at first. Garcia's next pitch is going to be fouled away. That was well upstairs on the changeup. Actually, it might have even been a curveball or a slider. Something off speed that Mateo swings at and fouls it back, so he's in an 0-2 hole. So Garcia ahead again in the count, this time against Jorge Mateo. Righty-righty matchup this time around. The 0-2 pitch coming up. It is swing and miss. Strike 3 on the slider. Rico 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 9th, sorry. So Orioles an out away from a win, and it is our old friend Cedric Mullins. Yeah, breaking ball, either slider, curveball, one of the two. I think it was a slider. Mateo was swinging that hole at bat. So Cedric Mullins in his first at-bat of the night. It's not his first time back in Camden Yards since being traded away. Had a series earlier in the year here. So he's already gotten his hero's welcome back. But showing a guy with an Orioles Cedric Mullins jersey. Cheering on for Rico Garcia, though. First pitch was outside, ball 1. Mullins cannot tie it for the Rays, but he can bring it 1 closer. 2-0 on the changeup below the zone. Batting from the left side is Ced. 207 batting average, 13 home runs, 39 RBI, 640 OPS. Had a couple of good months, but has not been great. It's definitely been a career decline for Cedric Mullins. Kind of steady decline over the past couple of years, unfortunately. Mullins swings and misses there on the fastball. 2-1. 11 pitches for Garcia here. Looking to get the save. Just needs 1 more out. Tarps are starting to come off as well in the Orioles stands. Pretty decent crowd there for a Friday night. Mullins pops it up. Up in the air. Shallow-ish center field. Colton Cowser does not have to go very far to get his counterpart out and the guy he basically replaced in center field. And that is a 5-3 victory. Rico Garcia gets the close. Orioles snap their 4-game losing streak defeat the Tampa Bay Rays once again to start off this 3-game series. Crucial one. Orioles need to find some wins here to keep themselves in the race. 62 and 67 now are the Baltimore Orioles. Rays fall to 76 and 51. Pete Alonso with that game-winning 2-run shot. Exactly what the Orioles needed right there. Trevor Rogers pitches a nice game. Had a bit of trouble in the second, but outside of that was looking real good. Holiday with a nice double to start out the game. Henderson also with a hit. Sion O'Neill, not great moments at the plate, but Orioles defense is looking pretty sharp. Orioles now a game and a half out of the last wild card spot, which is held between the Twins and Rangers at the moment, both at 63 and 55. So definitely not out of it yet are the Baltimore Orioles. And, with games against the Rays, who they seem to be playing well a lot as of late, then against the Cardinals and against the A's and Rockies coming up. Yeah, keep an eye on the Orioles. It might be fun. We'll see what happens. Still a lot of baseball left to play. Thank you all very much for watching. Sona Mebbel. I'm just going to call you Sona. Thank you as well. Thank you for the kind words. Orioles. I don't think they've had a losing streak longer than 4 games or 5, or I guess they had the 7-game losing streak earlier in the year, but or did they even? But Orioles are not a team that tends to go on long losing streaks, and they snapped their 4-game losing streak here. They just cannot seem to find a way back to 500. Hopefully they can soon, but it's a good win here. We like this. We like Pete Alonso hitting home runs. We like Trevor Rogers pitching well. Good thing. Good night for the Orioles there. They get the win. So for schedule-wise for me, for streams coming forward, next week I might be streaming. I don't know. I have a wedding up in New England that I'm going to for my cousin. I'm looking forward to it next week. I'm going to be coming back from New England on Friday, so I might be back home. Maybe. Might be back in time for a stream. I don't know for sure. I don't know if I'm going to schedule it. I might just kind of pop in, so just keep an eye out. But I might just come back and start streaming whenever I get back. I just might not be at the start. I don't know for sure, but we'll see. It's an up in the air for next Friday. I'll also do same thing I'm doing this week, where I'm going to push back my gaming stream to Saturday, because this week around I had to hit the grind for my AL July and trade deadline recap. That's 20 days late. And now I got to do the National League as well, which I still need to script and record and edit and all that. So that's going to be a fun one. But yeah, so next week, probably a stream at some point, maybe depending on when I get back. We'll see what happens. Outside of that though, should be usual schedule going into September. We'll also have football streams, Commanders games starting out when the football season starts out. So do multiple games. Keep Fridays for the Orioles, and then do Sundays, and an occasional Thursday or Monday for Commanders when that happens. That is for later. That is for next month. For now, we got Orioles trying to find some wins here in August. Let's hope they can do that. Got a win here. Love it. That is all for now. Thank you all very much for watching. Kevin, as always, have a good one. Love having you around here.